Before we get started, there's something you should know about the chonillapodcast. We like to cuss. And if you don't want your kids to hear it, then listen to us when they're not around. But if you don't mind your kids listening to grown folks talk, then turn this shit up and let the show begin.
Is this?
It's music, man.
No, it's not. What is that?
It's music.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah.
He's lying.
No, it's a song called
This
Chair.
person is trolling the world, and I am not for it, sir. I don't know which I'm more bad. This song or anti-vaxxers? I have no idea. This is appalling. What is he saying words? This is a lie. This person's trolling the world.
No, this is real.
No. Nope. 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 I can't. This is crazy. I mean, it's rock.
Allô, bonjour, je m'appelle Claude.
And allô, bonjour, ça que passe, je m'appelle Shirley, and you're listening to the Chonilla Podcast, the personal comedy journal of an interracial couple who explores the world from different perspectives, including current events, with different experiences.
Nice.
Threw it all off.
Right down the stairs.
Yeah.
And you're joining us on August 26, 2021 at 11:53 a.m.
In the motherfucking Eastern time. But what was that?
You didn't like that?
No, did that hit your white sensibilities?
No. When I heard it, I was like, what is this fucking mess? Oh my God. And
Is there even a video for this?
Yeah, it's just a chair floating in the air.
That's
it.
the whole time?
Yeah, the song's called Chair. But personally, I think it's called Chair because I think the audio engineer who did this song was smashing his studio part with a chair like a wrestler. And that's what came out of it. He's like, fuck this studio.
This is what happens when you do drugs and produce a song and you're mad.
Right.
Because maybe he fell on the chair while
Right.
producing a song
Right.
properly.
Yeah, he took bath salts instead of like crystal.
Yeah, that's bath salt
Right.
music.
Bath salt beats. Coming at you. Fresh and direct from Chonilla.
Songs inspired by bath salts.
Yes.
Or with
The one and only
salts.
bath salts. That'll make you eat your friend's face off.
That's like, how many views is there for this video?
I didn't even check. Let me do that for you right now,
I'm
honey.
super curious.
Wow. 36 million.
No, lies.
No, 81.
Okay. Say there's no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how you doing, baby?
I'm good. I woke up early and look at the time.
Yeah. It's almost noon.
Damn it, Barack. How do you do it? And Michelle and then RuPaul. I'm good, actually. I'm just trying to get my head together between podcasting and then this initiative that we're doing for Boucan for
Right.
Haiti.
Right.
Hashtag Boucan for Haiti on social media to find out more information. Please donate or drop some items to help Haiti's relief if you're in the city of Toronto. If you're not in the city of Toronto, then you can GoFundMe, donate through GoFundMe. So
Yes.
again, use the hashtag Boucan for Haiti and you will find all the information for this amazing push to help
Okay. Cool.
les Haïtiens.
Awesome.
So with that, it's been kind of like just balancing like both
Okay.
kind of thing. It's not even balancing. It's just me kind of going through, making sure I have all the details. And
Gotcha.
so that way I can talk about it like this,
Like this.
but beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm good. How about you?
I am good. The laptop that I got, turns out it runs really hot.
Oh,
Yeah, like super hot. Like over 100 degrees.
did you wind up talking to somebody?
Yeah, it's as designed.
It is?
My laptop is supposedly like super efficient, and
That's
and its
strange.
maximum performance is like at 100 degrees Celsius. I can boil water on this thing.
Can't you bring it down?
Okay, yeah. So here's the thing that they don't tell you. That usually in your BIOS, there's a setting that you can like cap the temperature at.
Mm-hmm.
So I capped it at like a comfortable like 85, right? So it doesn't go over 85 at all, and I don't lose any performance. But the research I did on the chip that I have in here is the Ryzen 9, and it's 5900 HX. And the research I did on it, like they're bragging about that at AMD, like the company that makes the chip. They're like, yeah, we made it hot. It's amazing. It runs so much better. And the whole CPU like gaming community is like, what are you, crazy? And they're like, trust us. It's okay. It's okay to run this hot. It's designed that way. And it's like everybody's like, no, stop. So I had to call them. And say, listen, I'm really worried about maybe not the CPU, but maybe the rest of my laptop. Like, is everything going to melt around it? And like, so they're like, no, you don't have to worry. You got the insurance, you got the warranty, all of that. You're good.
It's just I think about like how you structured it.
Yeah.
And my brother's voice came to my head like, what is it? You're going to the future?
Yeah. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Are you going to the future?
Trying to open a portal in space time? What are you doing? And maybe I want to open a portal into space time. I don't know.
What if I do want to?
Yeah, what if I do want to travel in time? I'll only go forward. I won't go back. It's okay.
Well, that's not back in time then. It's not. Well, it'd be a time machine.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It'd be a future time machine.
Yeah, it's an all-time machine.
That's wow.
Yeah.
So you definitely need like those pads, like a cooling pad for
pad?
sure.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Maybe one that has like whatever that you use for air conditioners. For air conditioning.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
no.
There's no such thing.
But I know, I kind of understand what you mean. I don't want to introduce any humidity into it.
Yeah,
even though it'll probably just vaporize, but whatever. But they're like, you're good. I'm like, on my lap. It's fucking hot.
Yeah, because you have like, you place something under it. Do you feel?
No.
Okay.
When I place something under it, I'm fine. But like, it's a laptop.
Does the fan still come on?
Oh shit! I should turn the fans on for you because it sounds like it's about to hover. Hold on, let's see if I can do this.
It's gonna fly.
It's wild. But when I do turn the fans on, though, it cools everything down really well. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, something in here. But it starts to smell. Jerry. I don't know if that'll hear it. If you'll hear it, but anyways, like it sounds like a fucking drone right now.
It does actually. It really does. Well, as long as it's okay, then
Yeah.
you should be fine. Oh, poor you. You've been at.
It's got that like jet engine whistle to it.
It does. You've been at it for like.
A couple days.
Yeah,
a couple days. Just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Because there's like third-party stuff to bring down the temperature of the CPU and stuff like that. But you can affect performance. And there's some stuff you got to watch out because you can void your warranty. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to make sure to call them and say like, hey, is there anything you guys can do?
Yeah. Do they sell like a pad? I'm surprised. Like if they're gonna do something like this, they should sell a pad.
Yeah, I think they do, but I'm not sure. I'll check. Yeah, I'll check and I'll get one.
Okay. Well, I
know Amazon's got them.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Well, oh yeah. Agree. Oh, Paralympics has been happening. This is day 2.
How's Canada doing?
So far, there was a tight game. Team USA did beat Team Canada 58-54 on the second day of the wheelchair rugby competition. Also, in the C1 3,000 meter individual pursuit cycling track final, Tristan Chernov took the silver medal for Canada. That's not good enough.
Always a bridesmaid.
Never a bride. You're making me think of Eureka from Drag Race right now. Oh, shoot. I got to catch up to Drag Race because Silky, that game within the game has been killing it. So now she's going to meet
Silky slayed 5 queens in a row.
No, I think 6. Yeah, I think 6. Now she's at the boss, which is Eureka.
Boss fight.
Yeah, so I have oh, right. We don't know who won. We don't know who. It was left that we don't know who Rue chose. I think both are going to come back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
It would be cool for them, but it would suck for the top 4. I think.
Top 4.
It sucks. They work so hard.
I know.
And then you bring I don't know.
I know. You bring 2 thirsty queens back. Oh, yeah.
Like real thirsty.
Rough.
Yeah. One who bossed up her way to the boss, competed within the game to the last person.
That's drag life though, man.
And then the person who just got kicked out. So yeah, those 2 are going to be thirsty.
Yeah. Yeah. Like alliance thirsty.
We shall see.
Yeah, that's right. They're both going to want to brag about being the queens that knocked the 4 top queens out.
Ooh,
yes.
That is a good
that's
strategy.
Hella bragging rights.
Like at this point, this is it's not RuPaul's best friends race. At that point, listen, if I was Silky or Eureka at this point and I came back,
who was? Yeah, go ahead.
I would not bring down the strongest queen.
Sure.
I would not. I'd be like, I know it's like a thing.
Yeah, I know people say oh, don't
at this point.
Yeah, I know people say don't you want to keep the best ones around so that way you can compete with the best? Fuck that. It's a competition. Yeah, if it's my choice, my competition's got to go. Exactly. Yeah, and I'd be very honest about it. I'd say, I don't think I can win against you. Therefore, you're out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you walk down these aisles? Don't worry, there's no marbles.
Oh, so you're not confident in your drag? Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm in a competition. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just beat it.
Yeah. So that's I'm gonna watch that tonight.
That's me.
And then
Sneaky.
And there is, guess what? A new episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so
I caught that. A new cherry flavor.
What?
I think that's what it's called.
What is this show you're watching? It's on Netflix.
It is bananas.
Okay.
It's the story about a girl who goes to LA to get her movie done. She hooks up with a movie producer who's clearly a piece of shit douchebag, and he winds up taking her film. And then she gets involved with witchcraft, like blood, sex, magic, and it goes off the fucking rails, man. It's like, wow.
Okay.
Like there's erotic zones being birthed from her side, and she's throwing up kittens and shit. It's out of control.
It sounds out of control.
Yeah.
Well, as you're watching that Netflix special, it's a TV series.
Yeah, I liked it.
It
was weird, but I liked it.
So I didn't know if I should talk about it now or have it as the news, but I stayed up real late.
We can't wait.
I watched
breaking news.
The documentary.
Oh, wait a second. What? You stayed up real late?
Shush the front door.
Okay. The puzzle's being solved. Okay.
So I watched the Bob Ross documentary.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah, I couldn't stop. I had to finish it. I had to.
Isn't it a series?
No. It's like a was it about 80 minutes, 90 minutes kind of, documentary. Yeah. Really good.
I watched a Korean movie called The Call.
Okay.
And this movie is about a girl who loses her cell phone, but then winds up finding an old phone that she can use to try and call her cell phone. But she winds up calling her own house 28 years ago.
That's weird.
It is so weird. And it gets even more weird because the person she calls, the person that lived in that house before, was a fucking serial killer.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That sounds
crazy.
And it's Korean?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's
okay. I can't validate if it's Korean or not because I'm my racist brain.
I like Korean movies though, especially when it's like twisted. Like they do twisting very well.
Yeah, Parasite was really good.
Or what's that other one? Not Parasite, the one where they remade it with another. Like they remade.
Old Boy. Yeah.
That's the one with he was locked up, right?
Yeah, Old Boy. That was a trilogy.
Ooh, it's a trilogy.
It's a trilogy from that director. There's Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, and then there's a third one which I can't remember what it is, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Oof.
So, anyways, the reason I am assuming it's Korean is just because of the lettering that I see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the cast mostly Korean or not really?
Well, they got like 3 syllable names, like Husang Pak or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah. There was one Korean movie you were watching. I don't know if you were watching it with Ronan, and it was in space, and it was about like people. Remember, it was like almost like you almost said you said like it makes me think of Dorothy. It makes me think of Wizard of Oz, but it's like Korean and it's in space.
Yeah, they were like.
I think I'm gonna watch it. I caught like maybe the halfway.
Yeah.
Or a quarter half.
Right.
Yeah, or something like that. Anyway, It looks really interesting. I want to check that out in full. It was cute.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's like it's cute. It's a cute Sunday, weekend. You got nothing.
Everybody's
You're
speaking
bored.
different languages.
Yeah.
It's great.
So I watched Bob Ross documentary, and I unsubscribed YouTube Bob Ross.
You unsubscribe to the Bob Ross YouTube.
Yeah, because it's more likely run by Bob Ross Inc.
Okay.
And I did not know that I knew he died, but when they announced it, it feels like it was not too long ago. Like maybe between 7 or 10 years ago?
I can't remember. Baby.
Anyway, it just felt not.
I remember being sad.
I remember being sad too, but he died I think when it hit the news, I think he died way before that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So they pretended like he was alive?
Oh my God. Club.
No, they didn't.
And the reason I'm not supporting anything Bob Ross, anything related to Bob Ross Inc., go see the fucking documentary because none of I want to
He was colonized, was he?
Oh my gosh. First of all, thank goodness he was not a creep.
Right. That's what you were worried about. I remember
that was the most thing I was worried about. When it first came out,
you're like, no, not Bob Ross.
And right. And then exactly. I said, please don't let him be a racist. Please don't let him be a creep. Please don't let him be because I'm thinking all sorts of things because he's a quiet talking guy. And I was like,
right. The quiet ones are the worst ones. Gotcha.
That's what you
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
and then I'm like, what if he's like an asshole to his family and he yells all the time and he's super abusive, but then he puts a show by being all quiet and safe and stuff, Right. Thank God. Thank goodness for that. He's actually they're saying he's much more charismatic and much more on and joyful when the camera wasn't on. So so
gotcha.
And he loved animals. Anywho, he's like Mr. Rogers. No, they weren't assholes. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard Mr. Rogers likes to party.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. You're like, no way.
Because I would have been I would have loved partying with Mr. Rogers.
Not at his parties. Let me tell you.
But it makes you really looking at it that like I said, I unsubscribe. I never.
You can see the people that manage his brand and his name now are trash.
They own his name. And they fucking
And they don't give his son anything, do they?
None.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
When meanwhile there's evidence of Bob Ross trying to make this a legacy for his son.
Oh, clearly from jump, you can see
unbelievable.
He was trying, right?
Not that unbelievable.
So please go watch the documentary and make a choice for yourself.
Yeah.
But I went into after watching it. I was curious to see if maybe people started commenting in the Bob Ross
Facebook page?
No, not Facebook page. YouTube comments.
Okay, yeah.
And most people, it's so weird, right? Because 2 weeks before this documentary came out, I forgot to tell you, but I was, I'm subscribed to Bob Ross, and I see, oh shit, they're like starting again, but with a new guy, right? I can't remember the new guy's name. And I was like, okay, sure. Like, I guess, yeah, he had students, and he has like, mentored many, I'm sure, students. And this person who's like teaching you how to like paint like him, it says that their name and that they're certified Bob Ross painter or something like that.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, oh, cool. This is going to be back. And let's see, he's not Bob Ross, but it's still interesting to watch to see like if,
Bob Ross by proxy.
Right. Yeah. The legacy that he leaves with these students or with this person. Right.
Sure.
And then 2 weeks later, this Netflix, like they knew that this was coming, and they started pushing for I think they have a good month with this new guy, and fuck the Kowalskis. They're the one who owns Bob Ross' name. And, oh my God, they're like assholes. They are assholes. So fuck the Chia Pet stuff. Fuck the lunch stuff.
Anything Bob Ross, do not buy it.
Bob Ross, do not buy it. And
unless
all I'm
it's from
saying,
his son. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what people were saying. Like, it nearly.
His son should come up with a brand called The Real Bob Ross.
Can he do that, though?
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Can he?
Yes, he can.
Because they don't.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer.
Well, the thing is.
It's just an idea. Pornos do it all the time.
Well,
this ain't good times.
Well, Melissa McCarthy and her husband, who's a filmmaker, Ben Falcone, they're big fans of Bob Ross, and so they decided to produce a documentary about his life. But when they started working on the project, and the director, his name is Joshua Rofe, or Rofe, and Stephen Berger, and they quickly realized that there's something weird here because nobody, and they said in their experience in documentaries, you usually find people who wants to talk, but nobody wanted to talk because everyone was afraid of being sued by the Kowalskis.
Oh, they're litigious.
Oh, as
gotcha.
Fuck. And
wow. Okay.
Yeah, and the Walt Kowalski used to be a CIA, used to work for the CIA, and it goes from there. It's such a great documentary. And it broke my heart for his son because you could tell that, I remember watching the show and seeing his son being on, and he's like, he this sense of pride, like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, there was one area where his dad told him, that's the only thing I'll say, but the rest you have to watch. So you can make a decision on what you.
Oh, no, I trust you. I believe you. They're trash. I get it.
Where Bob said to his son when he would do the show, he didn't go 100% on the painting just so that when his son would be on, his stuff, like his mountains would be looking tighter.
Wow.
So I'm like, you mean to tell me what I'm watching is his 85%? Yeah. He's not even giving me 100 right now?
Yeah, he's dialing it back.
He was dialing it back for his son. So it goes to show you how much he was trying to build like this something.
That's what I'm saying. There's evidence that it shouldn't be, held by these people, but whatever.
And it's so funny too, because when we started, and I've been saying this to a lot of people, is that lately the way to kind of bring to light when they've tried everything is wait for a couple of years where the documents and everything becomes more and more public, and you go to documentary filmmaker to put the whole puzzle together, like this documentary. And like the first thing, let's just say the first 10 minutes of me watching, I was like, oh man, A, let's hope he's not an asshole. And B, I'm hoping this documentary is not in order to show that he's an asshole, because there are people who are hurt, and this is a way to kind of bring it to court. Because that's what these documentaries are for now. With R. Kelly, it helped bring to court. With Woody Allen and stuff like that, it didn't take it to court, but it can if she wanted to, wanted to pursue it. It just brings to light from the perspective of the people who've been victimized, or who actually have been victimized, because Steve have been victimized and have been fucking screwed over.
Yeah, I don't think they would be able to make some of these, like the Woody Allen documentary, unless they had that evidence in front of them, right?
Right. So, yeah. So I'm hoping that this doc will create for some lawyer or somebody to know something in the law that can help his son may take the Kowalskis to court again. I'm hoping. Or like you said, a huge GoFundMe and he can do like the real Bob Ross.
Okay.
Or just do something like, hey, Steve Ross, you know, like
there you
on
go.
YouTube.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And just do his
Son
own
of
thing.
Bob Ross.
Right.
Yeah.
So now he's like, anyway, I just watch the doc.
Yeah.
All I know for me is I'm unsubscribed. I'm so glad I never bought that Bob Ross lunch box that I wanted to get.
Yes.
I'm so glad I didn't purchase that Chia Pet Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Like, I'm absolutely like, let's help. Yeah. Let's definitely no longer purchase so that way these people are going to start losing money.
Yeah.
And shake their boots. Oh, and they fucking doubled down not only on this documentary, but they're doubling down right now as we speak on Twitter. Like,
wow.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck you guys. It's our money. Bye.
Oh, no. They were like trying to present it on Twitter. Like they're helping. Like if it wasn't for them, the Bob Ross name and brand would not continue to exist. So they had to do what they needed to do in order to help with Bob Ross's legacy. Fucking bull crap, man. Like that's how they're presenting it right now.
But
like the
that's
people
so insidious. That's like saying like everything you love about this, we've had to do trashy things, so you're welcome. We did it so you didn't have to.
Yeah.
Like fuck you.
Yeah. It's so
fuck you. You could have still done that and not be trash.
Yeah.
You could have still done that and made sure that the people that you didn't fuck people over.
Well, and what I'm hoping is that this is going to create something that they do go to. I hope somebody finds a loophole, something that he not only goes to court. Maybe he might not get the name back, but that he at least gets a nice chunk of like a portion of the millions. Like, I mean, they are making millions of dollars off his name.
Yeah.
And you are so motherfucking
and they're not even taking care of his family.
No.
Like his own offspring, his own legacy.
His ex-wife, his son, his fucking son. At least his son. His son and his best friend.
Yeah.
At least.
Bananas.
No. They just want to keep it to themselves. And I hope.
This is what happens when capitalism and art merges.
There you go.
Capitalism wins all the time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Anyhow. You have to watch the doc. That's all I'm saying. Watch the doc.
You're going to sit there and you're going to watch this goddamn doc.
What's the word? I've been like ranting on this for way too long.
That's okay. I loved it. I wanted to hear all about it. The word for the show is abject.
Oh.
Abject.
Abject of your affection? No, not like that. No.
People like Alex Jones are either totally ignorant of the facts or just abject liars. It's an adjective. Outside the small and vibrant city centers, there were signs of abject poverty. Abject.
That you can't ignore, like you could see it. It's
One
like
more time.
It's okay. Hold on.
People like Alex Jones are either totally ignorant of the facts or just abject liars.
My brain is not okay.
Abject.
And say the second line.
Outside the small and vibrant city centers, there were signs of abject poverty.
Fucking liars? I don't know. Fucking signs. I say fucking.
Okay, final answer?
Yes.
No. It's wrong. It's so wrong. You didn't even try. I put all this work. You didn't even try. Okay. Of something bad experienced or present to the maximum degree of a person or their behavior completely without pride or dignity, self-abasing.
Yeah, fucking. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, fucking. Oh.
Okay, abject. ABJECT.
Ding, 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 ding. You got it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
All right, in the news.
News. I like the news. What is is not bad.
NDP leader Jagmeet Singh says he would work to lower Canadian cell phones and internet bills, and they would mandate a cap on the average price of cell phone or internet plan and pledge to make everyday life more affordable for Canadians. Singh said that his plan would save the average family about $1,000, and he noted that the 2019 election, Liberal leader Justin Trudeau promised to cut cell phone bills to save that much per year for a family of 4. But Singh spoke near the Peace Fountain at some garden somewhere in Windsor. He said, this is a massive problem because for people now, this is not a luxury. Because here in Canada, I think we have like the most expensive cell phone and internet bills. We are being grifted
out of control
by these companies.
Yeah, it's a monopoly that's been going on for a long time.
Oh my gosh, we're not even like close to, we don't even meet the average in the world.
Yeah, it's redundant.
And not only that, not only we pay so much, but our services are not like as, like you would think that we could, for the amount of money we pay, we should be able to time travel to the future.
Yeah.
Because that's how expensive our shit is.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not only expensive, but we're not even fucking that fast compared to a country like Korea who doesn't even charge that much.
Yeah. And they don't have caps. They don't have like accounts that you can get that are limited on the internet. It's ridiculous.
Like, maybe I'm going to move to Korea just for the phone and the internet. Like, for real. South Korea, that is. You know?
Yeah, there's no internet in North Korea.
Yeah. So it says this is a massive problem because for people now, this is not a luxury, which is true. Like, at least cell phones have to be affordable for emergency purposes, for communication purposes.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's like it's a need. It's not like a want.
Yeah.
You know?
I got you.
Make that at least affordable.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
And also added that improving cell and internet services in indigenous, rural, and remote communities would be priority for an NDP government. Yeah, so that's what he's one of the things that he's promising. As can you imagine?
Yeah, but you know what? You know how much lobbying is going to be done against him. Do you know how much money these like phone companies are going to put in to making sure that he doesn't get into power now? Do you know what I mean? Like he's going up against a really tall order here.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
And they've been scratching the Liberals' back.
Yeah, well, that's like the thing.
The Liberal and the Conservative have been scratching their back for a while.
Trudeau said he would do it.
Yeah. That's a very...
Yeah, he's got my vote.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still debating.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of like... I'm looking closely at NDP and the Green Party.
Good for you.
You're like, okay, good for you. But it would be very cool to have like Jagmeet to be Prime Minister of Canada. That would be so cool.
Are you reading something right now and talking at the same time?
No, I am not.
You are.
No, I was just copying something. I was just fixing because I was like, oh no, I lost something.
Oh my God.
Anywho. Moving on.
You were filling your own dead air? So funny.
In USA, Colorado, a coach says that he left his job after a staff at Valor Christian High School told him that he couldn't identify as a gay man. Mm-hmm. You heard that right.
Well, the coach said that?
Yeah.
To who?
To the volleyball coach.
The volleyball coach said.
The volleyball, so a staff at Valor Christian High School told him to be quiet about him being gay. Yeah. So in the statement, Valor said it requires faculty to agree with the school's Christian beliefs, and the coach didn't support those beliefs about sexuality and marriage. That former staff member, Enoki Tonga, was planning to coach volleyball for a second season with the school, but he said he decided to leave after a conversation with the school's campus pastor and athletic director last week or a couple of weeks ago. After that conversation with staff, Tonga said he couldn't stay at the school. They did say it was a danger to be in front of the kids. He said, and that to protect the kids, I couldn't be in front of them.
Wow.
Yeah. I had to denounce being a gay man, cut off any goals I had of marrying the love of my life and delete the post, and also accept their help of becoming a child of God, he said.
But they love everybody.
Right.
Yeah. They love everybody, right, Shirley?
Yeah. After sharing his story, Tonga said that he received an overwhelming amount of support from parents and strangers. I have a clip here of...
Christians need to do better at canceling each other. You know what I mean? Like when shit like this happens, you cancel them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't. You know why?
Why?
Because they low-key agree with the faculty.
Yeah.
They low-key agree with that he shouldn't talk about that.
Yeah. At first I was thinking like, so he applied at a school that's clearly Christian, religious, and he knows that he's gay. Hold on. My brain went like, at first, why did he apply? Right? But then I thought, well, he wants to...
It's on him, right?
No.
I'm just kidding.
It's not on him. Then I was like, you know what? He was probably also challenging, like, yes, I'm gay, but just because I'm gay, it doesn't mean that I'm not a good Christian, so I'm going to apply. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Christianity is not a monolith, right? Like, it's not like everybody agrees the same thing.
Exact.
But there's bigots within Christianity that are tolerated. Do you know what I mean? And not only are they tolerated, they use the same thing. Like, they use faith. They use, like, what we agree to be true against people. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then they look at you like you're supposed to agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucked up.
Yeah. So can you imagine this person is probably part of a congregation who has openly gay people and that it's not an issue at his church or their church, sorry. And then you have this school board who is supposedly aligned with the same ideals and same opinions and same values.
Right.
Saying the opposite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fucked.
If I had a belief system that was weirdly aligned with bigots,
right,
I'd have to think twice about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a clip of what he said. I don't know if my computer is on.
It's not me. It's Jesus. Jesus is the one who doesn't like the gays. I'm fine with the gays.
Or admit that I wasn't gay and that I was just having what they called a spiritual battle.
That was the choice Enoke Tonga says he had to make. A gay man, but also a volleyball coach at Valor Christian High School. He says this happened during a conversation with the school's campus pastor and athletic director.
And they started the conversation saying that somebody, staff member, had found something on my Facebook of an interview and being highlighted as a gay man and me identifying as a gay man.
Valor says that post suggested Tonga may not support the school's beliefs around sexuality and marriage. Tonga was planning to coach volleyball for her second season with the school, but after this conversation last week, he says he decided to leave.
They did say it was a danger to be in front of the kids. Sorry.
You can hear the heartbreak. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's like in tears.
And that to protect the kids, I couldn't be in front of them.
Tonga says staff gave him the option to stay under certain conditions.
I had to denounce being a gay man, cut off any goals I had of marrying the love of my life, and delete the posts, and then also accept their help to becoming a child of God. And I just felt immediately that...
Where is this?
Colorado.
Because I'm not sure, but I think Colorado has laws against conversion therapy.
I don't know.
Because I think that's what he's referring to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they don't use that term.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, they're not using that term, but that's what they're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
Announcing who I was never going to be an option.
In a statement, the school says
bigots using religion are the worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah.
Agreed with Tonga that a separation was appropriate.
I thought of my boys, thought of my girls. Sorry.
It's like his kids.
And that's ultimately, after a day, after 2 days, ultimately why I decided to speak up.
After sharing his story, Tonga says he's received an overwhelming amount of support from parents and strangers. That's motivating him to continue coaching.
I hope he continues coaching.
Yeah. I can't wait for your laptop to not skip audio in the videos.
I know, same thing. That is it for the news.
That's everything?
Yeah.
Bible scriptures, 90210.
You got your Bible app ready, honey?
I got the book. Ooh.
You got the set to NIV?
I have like a different version.
Okay, because it's time for Bible Scriptures 90210, and it's part of the Chonillapodcast where I share with Shirley and you, the listener, what I've read in the Bible so far and parody it by trying to make it sound all edgy and shit.
All right.
Yeah. So last time, we heard about Uzzah getting smited by the God for accidentally touching the ark.
All right.
David swinging his sword around, quote unquote. And Michal not approving of King David's new erotic dancing skills.
Before you can... Go ahead.
And the players tonight are David, God, and Nathan the prophet.
Nathan the prophet?
Yeah, so we're doing the second book of Samuel, chapter 7. And I call this one, Let's Be Awesome Together Forever.
Now, before you continue with that story of Let's Be Awesome Together Forever,
yes.
Michael Jones, Mr. Jones, he tweeted, listen, when Clove started playing Genuine Pony as David and the sword hit the dance floor,
that's the only thing I can think of.
I couldn't stop laughing after you did that. And then he added a GIF that said genius.
Thanks, Mike.
And then he sent another GIF of like there are mass murderers happening all around, and this is David on the dance floor in the middle of them dancing like Genuine Ponies video where he's on stage and his shirt is open. Shout out to Mr. Jones at Apollo Keiko.
Thank you very much. I do this for fun, Shirley, but when I get feedback like this, it just adds more awesome to it. Thank you. All right, second book of Samuel, chapter 7. Mm-hmm. Let's be awesome together forever.
And
keep going.
Never too far.
All right. Okay, so we fade from black, and we open on David sitting down, leaning forward with his elbows on his knees. And beside him, we see Nathan the prophet. And from what I understand, this is the first time we're introduced to Nathan.
Okay.
And David is silent and looking at his feet. And he's all like, I don't know, man.
You need some lotion. Okay.
It's so ashy.
Cocoa butter?
David's like, it just feels kind of weird. I get to sleep in this beautiful house while God is inside a tent. Is it weird for me to feel that way? So Nathan seems like indifferent, and he's all like, hey, man, it's your world, and I'm just a squirrel. You're super tight with the big guy, so don't sweat it, man. Later on that night, Nathan is woken up by God, and God is all like, listen up, Nathan, because you're going to need to repeat all of this stuff to David in the morning, and make sure you tell him word for word. Tell him that he doesn't need to build me a house. Never once have I asked for a house, especially not a fancy one. I've never complained about having to move around from tent to tent either. Remind David that I'm the one that made him king of Israel and that I helped him smite all our enemies. Let David know that I'm planning on giving him legendary status. I'll make sure that all the Israelites have a home forever and that they'll never be bothered again. They won't have to worry about oppression anymore. Tell David that I'm going to build him a house that will last for generations. I'll choose one of your future descendants to build me a house. He'll be the one to build my house, and I will make sure he sits at the throne forever. I'll be his dad, and he will be my son. If he gets out of pocket, though, I'll beat his ass good. I won't abandon him like I did Saul. Your house will be the most legendary house with the coolest looking throne forever.
This is God
saying this to Nathan.
So Nathan could say it to David.
Correct.
Got it.
So Nathan tells David everything.
Mm-hmm.
And David decides that he needs a moment alone with God to let him know how he feels. And is all like, guess who, God? I'm still not sure how you keep seeing me as a king, but okay. And the promises you're making can't be for a trash human like me. I'm just speechless right now. I can't thank you enough, though. You are literally the best and only God ever. And the Israelites are the best people I've ever known. And you decided to save them over everybody else. You gave them miracles, and they will forever love you for it. Not to mention, rescuing all of us from Egypt feels like we are all bonded forever now. I know that the Israelites will celebrate you forever from now on, as long as you come through with all those promises. So just to be clear, though, you're going to take care of us, and you're going to ask my descendants to build you a permanent house, right? God didn't answer. So David kept going. It was all like, oh, okay, God, I totally believe what you said to Nathan, especially all this stuff about making my descendants rulers over Israel forever. So let's make sure you follow through on those promises, okay? Amen. And that's the end of the chapter.
Oh, wow.
Some Bible facts. Let's see here. Some Bible scholars say that this chapter predicts the arrival of Jesus and his special bond with God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah.
In the
yeah, with the son and the
right.
house and the...
one of your descendants.
Yeah.
And Jesus is a descendant of David, I think.
Yeah.
So in the Eastern Orthodox Church and those Eastern Catholic churches which followed the Byzantine Rite, Nathan is commemorated as a saint on the Sunday of the Holy Fathers on May 31st, which is kind of a religious Father's Day that celebrates all the patriarchs from the Bible.
Okay.
So next time we'll hear more about David and God killing a whole bunch of people together. Woohoo!
Wait, is this the part where I start singing?
Yeah.
Oh, pass the plate and donate. Pass the plate and donate. Pass the plate and donate. Pass the plate, you gotta donate. About the second book of Samuel.
Chapter 7.
Chapter 7. Nathan is a prophet, and God gave him a message. He said, build a house, remind David he's king. David heard the message, total imposter syndrome, but he's cool with it. And the night. That's late and the night. That's late. You gotta donate. Go to chonillapodcast.com, and when you get to the website, look at the top right corner. You'll see a button right there that says donate. Click on the donate button, and your donation helps support what we do right here on the Chonilla Podcast. Keep on going, the mic's on, and just keep providing you amazing content such as this forever and ever. Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. I was talking to Lita.
Yeah.
And then it was just this. It was just the music.
Oh yeah. It's because that part is when you're like, oh, on the next one, or the facts. That's when you do. That's why.
Because it was so short.
Yeah. I knew where to start.
Gotcha. Okay.
I know music.
Okay, I don't. I do not. I was like, what's happening? Do we have to start over?
That's it for the show. But before we go, I have a joke for you.
Sounds good, baby.
How does NASA organize a party?
How does NASA organize a party? I don't know. How does NASA organize a party?
They plan it. Did it? They plan it. Planet. A planet. They plan it.
That was really funny. I don't want to laugh, but it's
you wanna
really
laugh.
funny. I'm not going to do it. Nope.
How does NASA organize a party?
Nope.
They plan it.
Take a deep breath.
You want to laugh. Thanks for listening. Go to chonillanetwork.com, where you can find not only the Chonilla podcast, but all the other shows, such as Creatives to Creative, Uncolonized, Black Canadian content creators, Interracial John, and so much more. Tweet us at Chonilla and use the hashtag Chonilla Podcast as you're listening to the show. And if you have learned anything, have feedback or question about the episode, write it as an Apple Podcast review and we'll read it on the show. You can also leave us a message, speakpipe.com/chonilla. Or if you follow us on Instagram, that's another cool way to leave us a message in the DM. Cool, fine with that. At chonillalove. Or send us an email. If you have any further questions, inquiries, chonillalove@gmail.com. Again, that's chonillalove@gmail.com.
You want to hear my quote?
Yes.
Toxic masculinity, violence against women and children, racism are all pernicious diseases prevalent in our world. Along with pandemics, we need to get rid of these vicious negativities as well. We have to make this world change for the better. And there was Abhijit, who is an Indian professional football goalkeeper for Bhawanipore in the Calcutta Football League.
Nice. Okay. Oh, very cool. Oh my gosh, it's Thursday. Well, until next time, make sure that you have a wonderful rest of the week.
Until next week.
Yeah. Have a good weekend. There's a few, I know in Canada, there's a few more couple of weeks till back to school. So it's going to be time for back to school shopping and everything. But when you're doing that, wear a mask, be safe, drink lots of water. Peace.
And chonilla love.
Isn't it ironic? All you want to do is smoke chronic.
What's ironic about that?
When you forgot that you were down, who was around? Tell her, I can't eat, I can't sleep anymore, waiting for love to walk through the door, and I wish I didn't miss you anymore.
I used to avoid playing songs like this when I was in college.
Why? Oh, because we were going through it?
Yeah.
College. The pressures of college.
You'd be like, wait a minute. Angie is right. He's trifling.
Yeah, college was complicated. This is a song that makes these women break up with somebody. Oh, boy.
That's what men got to do. They got to or not necessarily men, but if you're in a relationship and you want to check if your woman's still into you, just play this song once in a while to watch her reaction. She's really feeling it. And oh boy. That's a conversation that needs to be had.
For real. Is that me?
No, that was me. Sorry, baby.
It's okay.
It's too funky for you.
Wait, you're still listening to podcasts? Well, if you love this episode of the Chonilla Podcast so much, just head over to iTunes or Spotify to subscribe and leave a review, I guess.